For people who don't know, there's this new Robin Hood show out now that's kind of a reimagining of the classic, very British story. Apparently, it's inner city with the lead character being a black female. And it's not doing too well right now. As you can see, it has a 1.2 out of 10 rating on IMDb with 827 people who actually rated it. Well, the creator of this, who goes by Director X, wasn't too happy with this, and he made a video to his Instagram account talking about what he thinks is going on.
My show Robin Hood is getting rating bombed. 1.6 out of 10.
Well, as I showed, it's 1.2 now. So I think saying something like this kind of gets people to want to come back and maybe give it a negative review. I mean, it's almost just drawing attention to it, saying that you didn't like it. I mean, this was posted 2 days ago, but even then, only 800 and some people bothered to go review it.
No, you probably, why would someone do that? It's just some TV show.
Because it's funny.
Well, being that Robin is actually a black woman this time.
Oh, really? We didn't notice.
The angry nerd community is very upset. In fact, from the moment it was announced, these guys lost their minds.
I love that he's actually drawing attention to some of the content creators on YouTube talking about this, but they act like this whole thing like, oh, it's a black female. Why are you getting so upset? It's not a big deal. But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, then why'd you make it a black female if it's not a big deal? I mean, they're trying to have their cake and eat it too with this by race and gender swapping it, but at the same time, get upset when you point it out.
The moment. So this is a month ago. So this is just when we said we're releasing it.
Yeah, and it looked like crap, and he just pointing that out.
What the fuck is this? Race and gender swap. Woke disaster. Robin Hood remake looks different.
Yeah, it does look different. Isn't that the whole point? I mean, I don't remember the classic Robin Hood wearing these neon type masks or anything like that, but whatever.
Guess what? He doesn't like that it's a black woman either.
It didn't say it's a black woman. It just said it looks different. This will fail. Well, so far it looks like it is failing, but whatever.
This will fail.
Yeah, I think it is.
Robin Hood gets blacked. Look at him laughing. It's so funny.
It is funny.
All right. Just when we started production, they were talking about it. 1 year ago, they were at us, right? Pop culture crisis. It's a crisis.
No, it didn't say pop culture crisis result. That's just the name of the podcast, you retard.
That we're doing Robin Hood. What the, right? When this person put this up.
Oh, and also pop culture crisis just talks about anything pop culture related, so it doesn't matter if it's good
either
or
from
bad.
the announcement or when it said it's coming out. Right? Like other languages. Look, another guy. Like, they're worldwide. These guys are going in. A black woman's going to be Robin Hood.
Apparently, he's trying to argue or make the argument that like the negative reviews are from review bombing, and that people actually do like this, or at least I think that's what he's trying to say. But okay, then can't you show us people defending it? Because it seems to look like the majority of people online are attacking this thing. So if it is actually way better and these are just a vocal minority, then show us the people that are actually defending it, if there are people out there defending it.
It's going to be horrible. How could black kids do Robin Hood? Right? And these people tell you they're not racist.
I wonder these people who are attacking this, what did they have to say about some of the Robin Hood movies? Like you got Dave Chappelle was in Men in Tights, and you have Morgan Freeman in Prince of Thieves. I mean, do these people like those movies, or is it like, oh, there's a black guy in it, so I can't like this movie? I mean, I really don't see that being the case.
I've watched a lot of these guys. I think a lot of people to a few of these guys. No, they're adamant. They are not racist. Yeah, swear up and down, not racist. They say we're the ones that making everything about race. This guy's fucking French. This dude here.
A wizard with chicken.
A black wizard with fried chicken and a gold necklace.
It's a joke.
But they're not racist.
Yeah, making a joke isn't racist. In fact, that the world would be a better place if people could just freely make jokes like that and no one gets offended. I mean, isn't that a better society than everyone getting offended? Or at least I would think so. Make as many jokes as you want to make about white people. I really don't care.
They're not racist.
But that is pretty good.
Watch this.
Alternate. I have to stop this because of the music, but that's great. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute this during this. That's the greatest. Shout out to Nerdrotic right there. That's awesome. Robyn Hood.
Cute one, right? And then on the posts, yeah, Robyn in the Hood is not exactly a new idea.
Okay, well, yeah, you got an idea about what he's trying to say about this, but basically it's just racist people review bombing it. He goes on in his video to talk about or point out the actual ratings on here. Let's see if you scroll down to here. It's like, yeah, he says this is all review bombing it, but it's like, well, what about this right here, or even this right here? I mean, is that review bombing it? I mean, you can almost make the argument, it's like, are people going to positively review bomb this? But if that's the case, then okay, well, shouldn't that be taken away too if you want to take away the ones? Also, speaking of this, I mean, just going back to what I said earlier about how this only has 827 people who actually rated it. Generally speaking, when you review bomb something, there's thousands of people. Like, as a comparable show, you get Batwoman, which was another show that, I mean, it stars a black woman taking over the role that mostly from a white guy, which was Batman. And if you look at the reviews on this, it's significantly worse. I mean, you got 21,000 people. I mean, and again, like, you can say like, oh, is this review bombing? Yeah, there's probably some of that going on, but at the same time, there are a lot of people who did watch this and just absolutely hated this show. But even then, I think it's still fair game. I mean, if this show is popular, if there are people who like it, then you'll get it on the other side of that too. You'll get 10 scores, but nope, they don't seem to pay attention to that. They only complain about the people giving them the negative reviews. I mean, in their mind, they would just want to get rid of all the 1 scores entirely and just keep all the 10s, which doesn't seem realistic. But a funny thing that he also pointed out too is places like the UK, where it says like, oh, see, we don't even show it in the UK, and look at this, it's review bombing it. Or Australia, it's not shown in Australia and it's getting these scores right here, but you got a 10 right there. Which people are now pointing out, like, I got this tweet pulled up that people have been circulating now. Does it have an American broadcaster yet? Or I'm in the middle of an international move. I think it might be the last thing I see on my TV. Not yet. It's VPN time. So he was trying to say people are obviously review bombing it because they haven't seen the show, and that's why they're getting people giving it 1s in overseas places. And it's like, no, it's, yeah, VPN, you can do that. I mean, there's a lot of British people, other British channels on YouTube that are giving their reviews. I mean, I remember seeing Disbrew talking about it recently. Check out his channel if you haven't seen it. That he was doing reviews on it. I mean, he's in Britain, but at the same time, yeah, VPN to watch it, like he's saying. So all this about it's just being review bomb, people actually haven't watched it and are just doing this. It's like, I'm not going to say that doesn't happen, but at the same time, that's just part of the whole game. I mean, like I said, you're going to get people giving it positive scores as well as negative scores if people actually liked it. But the thing is, he can't find people who like it because it just doesn't seem like it's something that's appealing to general audiences. I mean, he's trying to make something very niche, and as a result, it's just not going to be very good. And also, this just looks very, very cheap and almost like a student film type thing. I mean, look at the costumes they have. I mean, what is that? I mean, did it cost like, did they just buy some tarps at the store or something like that and throw them together and then just drop by Spirit of Halloween to pick up the masks? Or, I mean, I don't know what they were doing, what the budget of this was, but oh, I just now noticed that Sherwood Forest. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I mean, it's no wonder that this show is just completely falling off the rails. And I think he knows this because presumably if this show was actually doing good, if it had good viewer numbers, then he wouldn't be complaining about the review bombing. But it's obvious that no one is watching this, so he's just trying to find some way to lash out at it. But let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. And if you like this video, make sure you click that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date with the latest news. Thank you.